am generally wrong about everything. Just don't tell chat. Hi, chat. James Meeks, what's going on? Paint Liquor, what's happening? Deadbeat, what's going on, man? What is happening? Got that liar tag. Welcome, everybody. Hello. There is a Jordan in our future. He's not here right this minute. A Gabe in our present. Gabe's over there, but you can't hear him. But Gabe is building the production desk. I'm trying hard not to step on the equipment that makes this stream work.
He's a video guy. He's a builder.
Paint. You paint pretty well. You paint great.
I have to say that.
I have to say that?
Yeah.
I don't have to say anything.
That's how you trick us to work.
Oh, I act like I'm nice, and that's how people come to work here?
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I've been known to lie in a job interview. Paint Liquor asks, IKEA? No, better. Amazon. We know who to blame if the stream crashes. Like, I'm looking over there, and the Black Magic switcher is literally on the floor right where he's building the desk. I'm like, oh.
Not long enough. The cable. Plug it.
It's long enough to, like, go on the desk.
No, it's plugged into the wall, and the power cord. So I can take all the cameras down. Cameras down for a second?
No.
Gabe's stepping on the...
Gabe's like, I gotta unplug it and then plug it back in. If I do it fast enough, will it actually lose power? Power lingers for a second, right?
Not that quick.
James Meek says, I'm finding out I need to relearn how to paint with Pro Acryl. I think I thin them down more than you should. Yeah, don't. So the biggest thing with our paints is that if you're used to a particular level of thinning, reduce it by like half or none, right? The whole goal with Pro Acryl was to create a paint that made you spend less time on the palette and more time on the model. You don't have to futz around with it much. You can just, a little bit of dampness on your brush. I paint everything pretty much with just a little bit of dampness on the brush. Now, when I go in and I do more intense glazing and things like that, then obviously, you know, there's a lot more thinning involved, and you can thin our paints all the way down to next to nothing. But for 99% of what you're doing, just dampness on the brush, boom, go. It's super easy. Mo, what's happening, man? So should you use a wet palette? You definitely can. If you like to use wet palettes, perfect. You do not have to. I don't. I use a dry palette, but Jordan uses a wet palette that's off camera. There. He uses a wet palette.
Hi.
How did that go?
I said it a little nicer. He was doing stuff.
Oh, man.
I have things for you.
Oh, man. What are these? What are these?
Tiny new toys.
We already have. Oh, no, we don't.
No, we don't.
What were we
These are all the
missing?
ones you don't have.
What were we missing? These?
We have advanced.
What's that? Dark bronze?
This?
Yeah.
This?
Dark bronze?
This shouldn't be.
No,
dark
that's
bronze.
advanced skin tone.
Yeah.
Dark burgundy.
This should be
Heavy warm white, and then
brown gray.
no, I think it's dark bronze. That's brown gray.
Oh.
Looks like it might be a metallic, huh?
Got dark bronze right here. These two things do not look the same.
Oh, it's petroleum brown.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, yeah. So we have dark crimson, petroleum brown, heavy warm white, advanced skin tone.
They're coming off of production, gang. These are fresh off of the machines.
We're printing them fresh.
It blows your mind you didn't have to thin the primer? Yeah. Man, we're painters first. We're not just trying to sell you crap. We're not snake oil salesmen.
Remember,
we're painters.
We use this product too.
We
don't want it to
We use it all day, every day, man, and we're like, we are lazy.
Yeah.
So we are making the perfect lazy man's paint that will still win you however big of an award you want to win. That's all you got to know. Pro Acryl. Good for everybody.
Yeah.
Pro Acryl. That's all you got to know. That and don't eat the paint.
Well,
don't eat the paint. You shush. The lazy man's paint. It's exactly right, man. We are not hiding. We are not proud. We're like, you know what? If you're lazy and you don't want to mess around with too much stuff, Pro Acryl. Also, if you're not lazy and you like to do lots of cool stuff with your paint, Pro Acryl. We'll do it all, man. We'll do it all.
Well, I don't know if we'll do all of it.
The paint will do most of the work, but.
I'm stealing some.
My water? What, you lazy bum?
Yeah.
You lazy bum? Freaking lazy bum.
You know what I should do is just pour all of this water into my container and hand you back an empty one.
Then why didn't you just steal my container?
Because it's more fun that way.
Yeah, Gabe. He is evil, by the way. We need to mic Gabe up. He is evil incarnate, Gabe. You are correct.
I am the most evilest of evils that can be eviled.
Damn Baby J. That damnable Baby J.
Yep. Me, I'm so bad, I'm so evil.
That damnable Baby J.
I'm so mean.
Oh, you know what I want?
I'm the meanest guy who works at the office. I'm the bad guy. No, I'm not.
I was going to say, at least he's admitting it.
I'm not admitting anything. I refuse to admit it.
He just did.
Nope.
You literally just did.
That was not an admission.
Clip that, chat. Clip all the things that he just said, except for where he denied it.
Nope. You can't clip out of context. What the heck?
Clip out of... What? This is the modern world. We do what we want. What are you talking about? What kind of craziness are you on over there?
The standard variety of craziness.
The standard variety of Monument Office craziness, it sounds like, yes.
Yeah. We had an office meeting, it just makes it all that worse.
Office staff meeting just ruins it for everybody.
I know. I'm gonna try out this event. I should probably take the thingamabob out of this. Yeah, I'm smart like that. Don't worry about it. You know how it is. Gabe's gonna have so much fun being in here with us that he's gonna stay after he's done.
Phil's the enemy of fun, so.
How far away do you live again? What? That's pretty mean. Hiya. Hello, chat. Good morning. Hello, Paint Liquor. James Meeks, Deadbeat Artist. Mo, hello. Dragonfire, hello, hello.
I don't think it's the morning.
It's morning.
I don't think it's the morning.
It is.
No, you've been here all day.
It is somewhere.
You've been here all day.
Panic Bomb Arcade, hello. Milan, hello. I have been here all day. Let's see here. Milan's got a question. The Lionel Johnson videos from a few months back, now deleted by Twitch. Can you very quickly remind me of how you did that armor? I remember something about using transparent green with black. Can't figure out the highlighting mixing ratios. I believe they are referring to the Forge World 30K Lionel Johnson. If you remember the process for that.
I think that the Dreadnought one is up on YouTube. There's something on YouTube that shows it, but yeah, it's we do the highlights with black and gray, just kind of value sketched, you know, or like a zenithal highlight, and then you do transparent green and transparent black mixed together, mostly transparent black, and then you spray that over the top, and then you start adding in little hints of faded green, I believe, into it. you take a little bit of faded green and mix it in with that transparent mix, and I mixed up like 2 shades of that or highlights of that, and then use those to spray on, and then eventually it winds up being like the faded green as the final highlight. I don't have any of those.
You got all of them, dude.
They're all out in a tray out there.
Oh, right.
Right, and then the faded green is the final highlight on the edges. Quick, down and dirty, really deep green. Super simple.
We have dark burgundy? Yes, we do. You're gonna be dope, Gabe.
Gabe's already dope. What are you talking about?
He's gonna be even more doper.
Gonna be more dopier?
No, I said more doper, not more dopier. Those two things mean very different things. Maybe.
They may mean different things, but are they both Gabe?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Always more of the dopey. Huh? What? To what do you refer, sir?
Lips are hard, dude.
Yes, they're not easy. That's for sure. Transparent. You know it's a great color for lips too now?
This that I just nailed?
Crimson.
Look at that!
Some dark crimson.
I'm a painter. I'm a grown-ass painter.
Whoa. Might be going a little
I nailed
farther.
the lips.
Might be going a little farther.
Whatever, show off.
There's...
James Weeks, I can't wait to get to Phoenix this winter and stop by and say hi and pick up some supplies. We're here!
Oh, yeah.
He's not called Fun Time Phil, says Paint Liquor. Truth. He is called New Guy Phil, enemy of fun.
There's a reason why he's always the perpetual new guy.
New Guy Phil, enemy of fun.
He's getting tenure benefits.
He does get tenure benefits.
Omicron Samurai says, just place an order for pickup. Hope it's ready, because I'm right out front. He, placed the order from the parking lot and then walks in the door. That ain't how that works. But good luck. Walk in and ask for Jen. See how that goes for you. Can you imagine? I need somebody to do that. I need somebody to drive to the store and place an order in the parking lot for pickup, and then walk in and ask for Jen and say, hey, I just placed my order online. I'm ready to pick it up. When did you place it? Oh, literally right now. And on your phone.
About 5 minutes
or
ago.
even better, come into the store and place your order at the counter.
Ask for Jen, and while you're talking to Jen, finish putting the order in.
Submit. Pay.
Yeah. I just finished my order.
Cinnabon says, somehow this will end up being your fault.
Indeed.
No. Everything's Jordan's fault.
Ugh.
Omicron says, I could be there in 45 minutes. Traffic.
Yeah, traffic is not great.
I mean, technically, you can walk in the door and buy everything here. So.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody would be upset.
You'd bring a box of crumble cookies and see how long you can make it. Paint Liquor. Crumble, was that the place?
Yeah.
Crumble?
Yeah. It's real good.
Oh, she'd do whatever you wanted to at that point in time. She'd be like, would you like 2 of everything?
I don't know if she would do that.
You found the way to Jen's heart is sweets.
I'm not gonna lie, those crumble cookies are freaking awesome.
I didn't care for them.
I
only ate a little bitty
us.
bite of the pecan one, so yeah, I wasn't.
More for us. That's okay. I'll take the leftovers then. If you don't want them, I'll take them.
I'm gonna bust out some of the granite. The
I'm
brown
using
gray.
some advanced flush tone right now.
Brown gray. I'm using new colors, chat.
I'm adding a little bit of warmth and peachiness to some parts of the skin, and a little bit of color variation. It's a little too samey right now.
Sure you are. Yeah. Chat, you realize he uses all CGI over there. It's all Hollywood effects.
It's
over on
all
that side.
Hollywood effects.
Hollywood effects on that side of the table. You want
Yep.
the truth? Stick with me, Chet.
Whoa. Chat, I need you to be prepared and be safe. This man, I don't know. Look at what this guy's doing. What's he doing over here? Makeup on this? On gray. What's there? Yep. Huh? Apply that paint right into the crevices of the eyeball. Underneath the eye socket. Bridge of the eyebrow. Yeah, that one.
What the heck?
I don't know. I'm just saying
Are you
stuff.
play-by-playing over there?
I am actually. This is fun. Hi. Welcome back, Gabe.
Got me?
Yes.
Always. Does it hurt? Do you feel the pain? The agony?
Don't feel bad about it, Gabe. We kind of talk about you all the time.
You just say what the heck and a half?
What the heck and a half? Been hanging out with Christopher Masushi too long. That sounds like a Masushiism.
That
The heck
so
and a half?
is
I have 5 children. You ever met them? Coming next.
totally a Masuchiism.
Here for a good time, not a long time.
Hope you're here for a long time.
That's another Masushiism.
Oh. That one's a pretty good one, though. In all fairness.
Too many of them.
Because he'll take a mile?
Take more.
I
Or
was
he'll
gonna say,
take
don't-
half an inch.
Yeah, telling Christopher that something he does is problematic.
Is problematic.
Becomes very problematic. I'm very big into makeup applications, so what I'm doing here is just completely natural for me. Hope Jen's not listening to the stream. Laughing her ass off right now.
Jen is definitely listening to the stream. Also, hi, Christmas Sushi.
What?
He's here, everybody.
What?
Yes, he is.
Can't we have a moment of privacy?
And no, I don't think he's gonna allow us to have a moment of privacy.
IR Pro Makeup Applicator. Maybe not. I'm thinking Jen's gonna let me start doing her makeup. That's my thinking.
I don't think that's the case.
Come here, honey.
I think she would say no.
She currently has 10 buntinis, so those will keep her busy. She told me today, she's like, "You're going out of town, you don't get any." And then she says she's gonna take the extra, because you have to order the bundt cakes in quantities of a dozen.
Yep.
So she had to order 2 dozen for 14 people. So there's 10 extra ones, right? There's 10 extra ones going on, and she's taking them all home. And while I'm gone this weekend, she's just gonna send snapshots of her and the dog eating bundt cakes on the couch.
While she rewatches Ted Lasso.
Rewatches?
Yeah, she was talking about maybe rewatching Ted Lasso.
What? We haven't even finished it. Ninjin is always watching. This is truth.
I think Jen really enjoys Ted Lasso.
It's an AI generator. Yeah, Jordan's side of the screen is all AI generated.
It's not, I promise. I'm a real boy.
That's why it's so much faster than me at painting.
You know what really helps with the whole fast thing? Painting studio models for 3 years. 100 deadlines. it makes you go, alright, time to paint this fast. It helps a lot. So you're working on all the makeup now?
I'm just trying to get some color on all the parts so I can start seeing how things are going to be at the end.
Yeah.
Getting to the point where detailing. I got to finish out the gold.
Wait, did you say at the end? Wait, there's a finish line?
Yeah, we finish models here. It's what we do. It's kind of part of our shtick.
So we talked about this whole lying thing. How we're going to try to do better.
No, I've never said that ever once, ever in my entire life. Not once. Nope.
I recall having a conversation about it the other day.
Nope, we didn't.
Sure, it didn't come up in the meeting?
Guaranteed we did not have a conversation about me not lying.
I don't know, that sounds like a lie.
I would have never, ever gone down that path.
Gabe, I need you to weigh in here. Look at Gabe being all non-committal.
Gabe is being diplomatic. All that.
He's like, I gotta work with both of these people. I gotta like talk to them every day. Oh.
Hey, Gabe. Let me know next time Jordan pays your paycheck. Just gonna throw that in there when you're deciding who to choose sides with. Just gonna help you out with that diplomacy there. Gonna introduce you to the lobbyist side of government.
The lobbyist side of government. All right, I'm gonna do a horrible thing.
A horrible thing?
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about it. Do we have a little sandpaper thing?
Sandpaper? What are you doing?
Can I use this?
Depends. Are you gonna use it on your model?
Yep.
Nope.
Do we have a softer grit sandpaper? I don't know.
No, we don't. Those, I mean, that's pretty soft. What are you trying to do?
A little bit of like this on her.
Is Jabe in there without a mic? Yeah, but he's working. He's building your desk.
Oh, that's good. This one's been used a lot more, so
he's building your production desk, and it's actually looking really cool. Gabe says he did a good job. I don't know that that's how reviews work, but
I don't know if you guys can see this at all. Probably not. But there's this little teeny tiny buildup.
You're off camera, so no, they can't see it.
Shucks. Trying to sand this down just a touch so I can smooth out. It's actually working really well. You guys might be able to see that speck on the cheek right there, where it's removing the high spots. I'm using almost no pressure here, so I can really just softly remove that excess. Normally when I would do something like this, I would use a really soft grit. Something in the realm of like, I don't know, 2000 even. Which is very soft. It's a little dangerous over there, Gabe. You doing all right?
We're good. We got this.
That's not comforting, Gabe.
It's only 100 here, seeing 115 in Phoenix. You'll hush now. Pretty hot here.
It is quite warm.
Quite warm. Oh, show.
These things are super cool, by the way, Jason.
Yeah, the sanding sticks are neat.
Yeah.
They are not bad.
Like the perfect thing for doing what I needed to do here. Because I didn't want to dig at it with a knife. The best option is usually just to sand it down a little bit. Smooth out the roughness of the...
Big time. I feel like a big time. Plugged in.
Jen, Gabe says you're going to feel like a real big time producer back there. He's already enjoying it. He's like back there and nothing's even plugged in, and he's like, this is awesome.
Now, to be fair, this is probably something I should have done like yesterday before I started working on doing the skin to where it is now. But I'm repainting the face right now, so I figured it would be a good spot to stop and do it. Well, not redoing the face, I'm making some small adjustments. Yeah, it looks great. I don't know if this is, you guys can see it. A little bit on the cheek right there. But basically like a little chunk of dried up paint or something that got stuck under a couple of layers of paint. It just needed to be removed. Any other weird spots like that? There's... Cool. All right. Yeah. Now, time to fix it.
Been doing a bunch of sculpting lately, and whenever you have a leftover putty, you make a little mouths, kind of like the Rolling Stone. Nice.
Bring out that brown again. Mix some of this crimson in there. T-Schmidt bumps under the paint suck. Usually a dog hair for me. Dang shedding beasties. Sure. But there's no shedding beast.
Speak for yourself.
Shedding beastie?
Speak for yourself.
There's something I need to know about, Jason?
Hey, it's summertime in Arizona. Shedder's gonna shed.
Jason is in fact a werewolf.
Gabe, remember what we said we weren't going to talk about in public? Feel like maybe that point didn't get across to you well.
Okay, it's just Jabe. It's just Jabe. Ben's set up. Ben's got the whole kit and caboodle. Ben's gonna end up coming over and checking out her new digs.
Producer extraordinaire.
Hmm. Is Gabe in that room? Yes, he is.
He's very excited about it.
What do you think? Uh-huh. That's all of it? You're done already? You're leaving us again? I mean, you could.
He's like, can I just turn everything off and back on real quick?
Guys, I really need to turn everything off and then on back again. That'll do. That's not a good thing, Gabe.
No, not long term.
That's not a good thing.
Equipment on the floor. Under.
Yes.
Is that not where it belongs?
Right now?
Yes, I mean, it'll reach, right? Yeah.
Just don't unplug it. Or alternatively, unplug it, and I'm curious to see what Jason does. Gosh darn it, Gabe!
That's it. We're out of here. Gabe gave us a day off.
You just say a day off forever? I don't want a day off forever. I want to like come back into work and do work things. I don't think I heard him say anything about firing.
Yeah, I gave him a day off forever.
Oh,
His forever day off.
that is forever a day off. Bye, Gabe.
Still waiting on your Jen / Baby J paint stream. No pressure, just putting it out there. I mean, I'll produce and sit on the comfy chairs, and the two of them can paint. Jen has taken a long hiatus from painting, and the last time she came back and painted, she couldn't find her stride. So I think we gotta help Jen find her stride with a model that she's really anxious to paint, things like that. But that would be the next stage of ensuring we get a Jen paint stream.
Up to you, chat. Power is in your hands. Sort of.
You look in the mirror and chant her name 3 times.
Possible that nothing will happen. But it's also possible that the fantastic things could happen.
The fantastic things? Like the trademark fantastic things?
Let's not go down that road. You don't know what will happen.
She liked the Road Girl I started when I was on stream not too long ago. I definitely want to get back to it. Oh, did you start a Road Girl?
Yeah, she started.
For some reason I had it. Oh, yeah, that's right. The bust. Yeah. The academic. Yeah. That was looking good. We'll be getting it, T. Schmidt. Yep. Still waiting on Jen Baby J paint stream. Might be tomorrow, she says. Look at that. You might get Jen on stream with Baby J. I'm gone tomorrow and Monday, so maybe tomorrow and Monday could be your dream come true, Paint Liquor. Chris says, rule number 1, always watch out for Gabe. He says, keep an eye on your wallet while he's in the room. Gabe says not true, Chris.
Isn't his wallet always empty? Isn't that kind of the whole gag?
He says he gives people money, Chris.
The name of your guys' thing is literally empty wallets.
Thank you, Gabe.
Goodbye. Apparently forever.
Apparently forever. It's nice knowing you, Gabe.
This time has been fun. I shall cherish it forever. Or at least until your memory dies away into sadness and depression.
Why does it always got to end in sadness and depression?
Because that's just the way it's written.
Dude, very dark.
Yep.
Very dark.
Look, I gotta counterbalance my...
That's very not Baby Jabus.
Hey, you know what? Oh my god.
Raise your hand if you laughed at the whole Baby Jabus thing on Discord. In chat, raise your hand. I thought it was hilarious. Had I been drinking, I would have spit my drink out. Paint Liquor and Chris raised their hands.
How dare you?
How dare you? You were my friends.
Yep.
The mermaid would be a good one for Jen's style. Jen's style is that all models look better when she paints them. So, but yeah, it has to be something she's excited about, right? As with all of us, the rule of cool holds true, but Jen's not big into like fantasy and sci-fi stuff, so sometimes it's tough for us to find models that really kind of tick the boxes for her, so to speak.
Trying to push a little bit more brightness into parts of the model. Needs a little bit of help, just a touch. Some of the
And I can see you over there.
rosiness. Hello.
Oh, you got the mic stand on there and everything?
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
Dude, she is Jen Rogan over there.
I'm gonna be honest. We could just plug this whole thing in right now and get it started.
Chad, I gotta say, we have literally. I wonder if Chaircam picks her up. Can she wave at Chaircam? She's over in the corner over there. Oh no, she's waving. She's in the top corner over there by.
Wave in
by
front
Chaircam.
of
I can't grab Chaircam.
the glowy board.
No, you're not gonna. We're not gonna see it.
Yeah.
Well, I have
You
it
can
literally
see the
cropped
glowy-
to where the top of the chair is
Yeah.
there, but she's right behind that left chair. Production Central. It is. It's the Jen. We need to get a Jen Rogan sign. Yeah.
That's actually kind of amazing. We should do that.
Yeah, I think we need that.
Yeah, I would be so down. We should make it flicker. Like the yeah, not in strobe light. Disco ball. Oh, this is gonna be the most produced show ever.
Oh, we'll get you some. Don't worry.
Stuff's getting out of hand here, Chad. I don't know what to say.
I concur.
I don't know what to say here.
This is getting a little wild.
Getting a little out of hand over here with all this craziness that's going on.
Hello, we have Jen in the hot seat.
Hello. Is this on? It's not on, huh?
Yeah, it's on.
Is it?
Could be.
Hello?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's on.
Oh, okay.
They can hear you. Those mics are always live.
Always.
Always
oh.
inviting and always live. And here you go. Boom. Gen Cam.
Jen Cam. Hello.
I was about to say Happy Friday, but it's not Friday.
It's Thursday.
It kind of
only
feels like a
Thursday.
Friday.
It's Friday
weirdly enough.
Eve.
Friday Eve. I'll say that.
You
Yeah.
got chat on your phone over there?
No, I'm not staying. For a second. I wanted to see the desk, and I didn't bring anything with me, so.
I mean, you could always go grab whatever you need and come back.
T. Schmidt says 1,000% more
We
unicorns
have the
and rainbows.
technology.
1,000% what?
More unicorns and rainbows.
Yes.
Probably pretty accurate. That approximate number is probably fairly accurate.
Right.
You should go get your chat viewing device.
Well, I'll go back, and I gotta see what else I might need to do, because it's 2:42.
Oh, we're getting
only
close to the
an hour
end of
and
the
a
day.
half
I
left.
forget it's Thursday.
Yeah. So I just need to make sure that I don't have anything to do, and then I might be back.
Mayhaps be back.
May-
We'll see you later, Jen.
Okay. I'll be back. I'll be back. I might sit.
What the heck? Why is my back sore right now? It's weird.
Baby J to do some interpretive dance. Something I don't know about.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I
Plenty
don't
of
judge.
plenty of things you don't know about.
I don't judge much. I don't judge much.
And by much you mean
Very judgy.
yes.
It's not so much that I'm judgy. I just have very high expectations.
What?
Everybody
Interpretive
around
dance?
me.
Faces coming together. Just building up really, really thin glazes on the cheekbone. Felt like it needed to be. Got nice shapes on the highlights for features. Avian Thulium for the 12 months. We've made it a full year, Avian. That's a long time. Hello, Slow Fuse and Baby J. What has gone sideways today?
Nothing.
I feel like today's been a pretty normal day.
Wait a minute. That's very judgy.
Judgy from Mr. Judgy over there to Mr. Judgy over there. You've bred them well. Oh. Now just get some of those nice brushes and paint. We can get pink, fluffy unicorns. Perhaps we can get baby. Oh, yeah, no, we don't need any of that interpretive dance stuff.
You're way behind.
I am way behind. It's okay. Deadbeat artist, but I have high expectations. You did actually say that one too. Wow. Man, I'm having a rough day. It's a bad day to be Baby J.
He's still reeling from the Baby J bus.
Yeah. I'm stunned. I have been stunned.
I was when I went into chat on Discord and everybody was like, "Sweet Baby J bus." I was like, "Oh my god, this is best thing ever."
Yeah.
And when he hadn't responded yet, I was like, even better.
I was recording the short.
Yeah, he was in here recording video footage, painting, and not paying attention. So we caught him with his guard down, chat.
Wait a second. He was in here doing work and not paying attention to the chat.
Yeah, he wasn't paying attention to chat.
Or to the Discord.
Yeah.
How can I do both? Wait, this is probably doable.
So that's an issue you got. No, nobody's saying you had to. It made it a great exploit for us that you weren't.
I see.
Things I want to fix.
So who all is super excited about the new signature sets?
Who else? What?
Excited about the signature sets?
Nobody. New paint? Never. Never in the history of ever has anybody gotten excited about new paint. That's not what these people do. Is it, chat? Chat's like, I don't know who he's talking about.
But it ain't me. You guess you're nobody? What do you mean? You are avian tholium. That's not nobody. You're not allowed to do that, T. Schmidt. You're not allowed to eat the paint. No tasting. You're not a taste tester. It's okay. Not necessary. We've sent Jabe back to his duty of doing all that for you guys. Is satin medium sweeter? Well, we don't have a satin medium.
Aha! That shows you.
So, what you're getting at, but not that.
You're not allowed to not eat the paint. Wait. Not allowed to not eat the paint. Seems the opposite. What we were saying.
Oh, T. Schmidt actually, oh my god. T. Schmidt actually said, I can't wait to not taste it. Well, I didn't say to do what you did, to not do what you said to do. I said don't eat them.
Oh my god, I'm so lost.
Oh my.
I'm so, somebody needs to stop.
Welcome to my life.
Make it stop. I don't know what's going on.
I'm a little lost.
Everybody is having a great week. It is Therapy Thursday.
What's up?
If you need therapy, you do need therapy. Baby Jabus, tell me about your mother.
Yep. A nice lady.
She's a nice lady.
Not
Did they enjoy being here? I never really got to talk to you much about their trip in town, other than where you went and ate.
Wait,
and
oh,
what
I
you
guess
did.
which are you talking about? My mom.
That was
or
your.
my
Oh wait,
stepmom?
that was your dad and your stepmom that
Yeah.
came to town, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they had a great time.
Your mom's moving to Idaho.
Yes.
Your dad lives in Indianapolis.
Correct. And so does the rest of my extended family.
Right.
So I'm going to my birthday party. It'll be cool.
Like a Mardi Gras thing.
It's gonna be wild. I'm at least expecting it to be wild because it's not just my grandmother's birthday is on the 4th. So it's both my birthday and her birthday because it's right in between them.
Yeah.
My family is filled with birthdays for the next couple of weeks, by the way. It's freaking ridiculous. My birthday, okay, hold on. My birthday is on the 6th. My grandmother's is on the 4th.
Okay.
My mom's is on the 10th. My stepdad's is on the 15th. My uncle's is on the 20th. My cousin's is on the 25th, and I have one on the 30th.
Holy family that was bored during winter.
Yeah. Yeah. Wonder what y'all were doing around the winter time, huh?
So guess whose family doesn't go skiing?
No. Most certainly not. My family could not ski to save their life. Much as I love y'all,
Much as I love y'all, let's just be honest.
skiing's not your forte. Not in the cards, not in the description of skill sets available to oneself in our family. Nah, it'll be good. It'll be crazy. It'll be good. Promise I won't. show
Excited
up
for
on
you. Sounds
Sunday.
like fun. Omicron, how's tomorrow? Looking for a visit to come by here? I'm sure it's fine. I will not be here, but baby Jay, Jen, the rest of the crew will be here.
Mhm. Make sure you do it before 12. Preferably before 11.
Yeah, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, earlier in the day, the better.
Yeah.
Or, of course, after stream, but...
I will be heading to the airport after stream.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, baby Jay won't be here. He's leaving tomorrow.
Yep.
Got a lot of people out of town this weekend, including myself. My flight is at dark 30.
Tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. Nice to see my mom, but I'm not really excited about the trip. But I am excited to spend time with mom.
That'll be good.
With everything going on around here, it's so hard. I have such a hard time going away from the office anyway. I know that's not healthy, but it is for me.
I definitely understand what you're talking
Huh?
about. I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's all. Hopefully your order is ready early then. What all did you order? I mean, you don't have to state it out loud. I guess that's rude. I guess it's actually rude. Sorry, don't do that.
Stuff. Ordered stuff.
I never want people to think that we're like order shaming them, but it has a lot to do with like how long it takes to pull. Obviously, usually they're really quick. You can come whenever you're ready, and the team will get it together for you anyway. So, no worries there. Nice. That's easy, Seth. Good haul.
I just looked at your order. It will be ready in the morning by 10 a.m. 10:30 a.m. Excuse me. So there you go. Come on down. Come say hello. Meet the crew. See the sights. We will be here. Well, I will be here.
Bummed I won't be here.
Luckily, you're local, so you can come back when he's back.
Yeah, I'm always bummed when people come by, you know, traveling through town or whatever. They come by and I'm in like a meeting I can't get out of, or I'm gone.
Sapo57 just got your first jar of basing texture. That's awesome. Enjoy it. It's pretty fantastic stuff. Pretty darn fantastic. You can pull it now if you can make it before 4. Wait, but the whole idea is for him to come visit. We're on stream. He can't say hello.
You can come be live on stream.
Oh, look at that. That is an invitation. Hear that, Omicron?
We had customers come into the shop before at the time where I'm streaming, and we're always like trying to pull them over onto the camera. It's always like awkward. Like some people like, don't want to be on the camera though.
But like it. It's fun. Join us. We're cool people. We are pretty cool.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. I will speak for myself. I'm a cool person.
Speak for yourself.
What's up?
Speak for yourself over there.
It's like you hired me for a purpose.
I hired you because you're cool. I didn't hire you because I'm cool. Don't be putting words in my mouth.
You're cool. Cool person. You even got a cool name. Slow Fuse.
I need my hats to fit, so I need you to just shush.
Am I making your head big?
Thing. Starts with telling me I'm cool. Then you'll realize I'm also gorgeous.
Well, I wouldn't go there.
Would have ordered a hat too if it was in stock. We were just talking about that today. Need to get more hats. Me in particular, horrible about the whole clothing thing. We even make the t-shirts here. Horrible about it. You ever notice anything being run fairly poorly at Monument Hobbies? That's going to be me.
What?
That's going to be my fault.
Whoa.
Right? And it just means that that's one of the next things that we're going to find somebody else to take over for me.
I don't agree with
Well, the good thing.
I think
the good thing is it doesn't happen very often, but I beat myself up about it because I'm like, oh my god,
You shouldn't.
so much.
You do a killer job. I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe otherwise. Or
That's
if
true,
I didn't
man.
believe so.
You made the big trip.
Yeah, yeah. I ripped up roots and I traveled here with no parachute.
Buy a parachute.
I don't need one now.
Oh,
I'm here.
well, Ruben might ask you to go skydiving. So.
Well, I ain't gonna do that. We talked about this. You said I will never go skydiving, and I said I'm with you on this. There's no reason for me to jump out of a plane.
Perfectly good plane.
Yeah. Planes are for taking me from point A to point B, and I should not be taking.
Yeah. Don't really feel the need to jump out in between.
Yeah.
I bought a ticket to go to point B, not trying to jump out at point A, point 5.
Yeah.
All this non-metallic gold is just dark golden brown, and mixes in between. I'm at just golden brown by itself right this minute. And from there, I'll probably either go to khaki or one of the ivories, depending on how desaturated I want it.
You know, it's really funny. So I started picking up this 4. So I got a brand new 4. And I have not stopped using this brush for everything.
It works great.
Like all of the fine details I've been doing on the face, I've been using with this brush. It's awesome.
Skydiving's exhilarating.
Nope.
Steve Schmidt's trying to convince you.
Nope. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Look, you give me a whole huge pile of money, maybe I'll think about it. Seems like a reasonable reason to divert a flight mid-flight.
Please don't give him a whole huge pile of money to go jump out of a plane. I kind of need Baby J to stay alive. Funny thing is, I also need Ruben to stay alive, so I kind of like.
I'd like him to not do that anymore.
I'd like him not do that anymore either, but.
Ruben's a free spirit. Man's gonna go do the whole jumping out of plane thing. He survived it. How dangerous could it be?
so about that.
It'll be fine. See, baby James, Slow Fuse cares.
Shush, Avian.
He cares about my body not being a pile of mush on the side of the street. Which, to be fair, is probably a good thing. Because I also care about my body not being a pile of smush or a smushed pile of whatever on the side of the street.
This is me preferring to not have my first conversation with his parents be, so we convinced your son to skydive.
Somebody in our chat convinced your son to skydive.
So do you know anything about Twitch? They can be very convincing, these people.
Dangerous and scary things, like convincing people to hop out of airplanes. So I need to
Only most of them eat paint. Fair. I guess that's fair. What is the percentage of chat that eats paint?
too much.
Too many.
Too many of them. Know of at least a couple. Gotta watch out for them. Making sure they're not doing anything untoward.
Chat we're talking about.
And you know what I realized I needed to do when I get home? Pack a bag with some clothes. I didn't even think about that. I was just like, wait a second. I actually have to like pack a suitcase.
I gotta do the same. I gotta do laundry tonight and pack. My Thursday night's already planned out for me.
I'm also going to be walking to work with a suitcase. Because I'm not going to leave my car uncovered for the weekend. Parking garage.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes life kind of easy. For me, at least. Because we're just going to Uber to the airport.
These bits like crap. You reminded me. I gotta pack too. I gotta do laundry and pack tonight. Yay.
Yay.
Interesting conversation in Discord. One of our members talking about how he had seen some elitist non-metallic metal talk on other Discords.
Oh?
And why the ill will, so to speak, against, using metallic paints. And that conversation is always a neat one, for me at least. Because I want people to realize the benefits of both, because they exist. And he had watched Vince Venturella's video, and Vince does a really good job of explaining the benefits of non-metallic metal, but then discusses how using metallic paints are a great way to achieve quick successes with minimal, I don't want to say minimal effort, because it can still take a lot of effort, but you get the look you're going for a lot quicker.
Welcome back.
With metallic paints.
Yeah. No, they are both good to go. We got a Jen, everyone. We have a Jen. Has arrived.
I'll turn the chair cam back on. Kablow! Kablow! Non-metallic metal is awesome, but a lot of work for you. Metallic paints are easier, Omicron. Yeah, exactly, right there. Quicker. Non-metallic doesn't have a method to be base, wash, dry brush, done, right? Metallics you can treat that way. And I don't mean specifically those techniques, but you can base and wash metallic paints and be pretty much done. There's not a quick method to non-metallic. You know, we that is like that, comparable to that. We show you what we call our, you know, wish.com non-metallics. And you can definitely speed up the non-metallic process quite a bit. But you're still always going to have a process that takes quite a bit of effort, more so than metallic paints. But I think it's always good to let people know why those two, you know, can both be valid. Because you could go into a Discord or, you know, just around the internet or whatever, and you can get people tell you that the way you have been painting and the way you enjoy painting is invalid. And I hate that, right? I hate that somebody will tell you that what you're doing is wrong, because that's not the case. Art has as many ways to do it as there are artists. That's what we've always said. That's what we'll always stand by. But understanding the benefits of a particular technique might help guide you there, because remember, around here we don't really talk about non-metallic metal as much. We use that term, but we talk more about painting reflective surfaces. So reflective surface painting, right? RSP, there you go.
RSP.
Reflective surface painting. So when you're painting reflective surfaces, you start to broaden the scope of what that technique is going to bring into your painting. It's not just metals now, it's lenses on goggles, right? Glass, shiny plastic, silk fabrics and satins and things like that, where, you know, patent leather, anything that is shiny, and that can be a lot of stuff. Eyes, you know, even skin to some extent. So you can wind up with tons of materials and textures that want to have that non-metallic metal style of painting done to them. It's just the fact that we've kind of made it into a thing that's just for metal, because our models sometimes don't have as many other shiny things. But, you know, it's a good technique to learn, to understand the application of light and reflection and when to make that jump in contrast so that you can pull it off, right? Because when you're, you know, you go to a very bright color on skin like I've done here, but we do it very smooth transition so you don't get any punch of contrast, right? The bright color is very segregated from the dark color in this case, and so your eye isn't attracted to that imbalance between, like, you know, your like on the metals here, even when I'm only going with golden brown so far, the golden brown sitting so close to the dark golden brown gives me a lot more of that sporadic punch that shows shine and that reflective nature of the material. And you need to learn that, because it will help you with highlighting everything you do. You will now have a tool in your arsenal that will allow you to take a fabric and make it shinier, or take skin and make it shinier, because you'll learn not to be afraid to jump from a darker mid-tone color to a bright highlight color when you need it, right? Because it's skipping those in-between steps that starts giving you that reflective shine. So for that reason, I think everybody should learn the technique. Whether or not you decide that you like to paint, you know, all of your metal armor and stuff in that rather than metallic paint is irrelevant, because metallic paint still needs that same treatment. It still needs to have you be able to look at when to highlight it, how to stage your highlights. You know, metallics don't look like real metal, really, because they have the metal flake pigment conflict going on there, and, you know, real metal doesn't have that.
You can get them there.
So yeah, see, in order to get metallic paints to perform really well visually, you're going to spend an equal amount of time as non-metallic in some cases. But what I was, you know, saying earlier is that you don't have to. Metallics, you can just be one and done, and that's great. Because if you just want to paint a model and get it on the table, non-metallic ain't going to get you there real quick. It's just not, you know? Now, as you get better and build up the skill for doing it, yes. You know, you can do, like, you'll see me do my tabletop armies, and my 42 Battletech miniatures use non-metallic metal techniques to do all the weaponry and stuff. And we painted 42 models in, like, 2 weeks. So you can create techniques for doing it very quickly. Jordan's been doing it on his Star Wars models, right?
Oh, yeah.
Doing really good metallics on those guys, and he's been literally like throwing them together in 10 minutes, and they look fantastic, right? The metals that come together very quickly. But until you get to that point where you've done it for a long time, that seems very evasive. It's like, oh, I don't get it. I don't know how to make that happen so quickly. And so turning to metallic paints to make sure that you can get the job done in the time you want to spend is fantastic. All in all, the metallic that I'm doing here is not taking very long. The only thing that's taking a tremendous amount of time on her is the fact that it's a lot of little bitty intricate shapes, bevels and engravings and things like that. Seems like I have a masochistic need to pick these kinds of models here lately.
Horus.
The Death Knight.
Death Knight was
nothing
pretty...
just has, a simple looking metallic. Everything has to have a tremendous amount of engraving and weird details and shapes and things like that. So, but that's the thing that draws me to the model, right? So it becomes very difficult to avoid because most of the models that I'm like, ooh, you know what? That's cool. Have some of that kind of detail.
The Death Knight is a great example.
To Texas?
I am.
With
Fort Worth. So
We're all going to the same place?
Paul, so Paul, myself, Jacob, and one of all of our mutual friends, Jesus, are going to be going to a Digimon tournament in Fort Worth. Yeah. We're all flying together.
Oh, right. Oh, you are?
Yeah. Yeah. Which is why we're all leaving. Paul is gone.
Okay.
He's a special boy, wanted the whole day.
Yes. I said yes.
I thought the chat was too important. So
Paul doesn't know chat.
He's milking you, chat. He's milking you.
Saying.
Paul doesn't know chat yet, so we'll give him that.
Well, yeah, that's true. We got to get Paul on here one time. He'd be funny. That guy is a goober if I've ever seen one before.
It's like right in front of my face.
Yeah.
Can you not hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
You gotta eat the mic, basically. Yeah.
Seems a very quiet talker.
Also, yeah.
He spent all those years yelling at children in her class.
Oh no. This true, Jen?
He's a yeller.
I didn't have to yell. They knew. It's more effective to not yell.
He does have that disappointment face that when she hits you with it, you're like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Miss
I
Jen.
didn't mean to be so
They knew
mean.
if I ever went and sat down at my desk and started talking low and quiet, they knew
that somebody done messed up.
They're like, oh no.
Somebody done messed up. Ooh. Miss Jen, as a class, we're very sorry for whatever was done.
One day they did the thing where they all wanted to drop their books really loud at the same time.
Oh no.
And so groups of them would do it. They got through two rounds of it, and then I was like, nope. And then but there was one kid that just wanted to keep. That's not what we do, and it was done.
It was done.
It was done.
There was no more of that to be doing.
Omicron, take it easy.
See, Omicron, we will hopefully see you tomorrow.
Hipster Gumby says might need to turn her up on the board. So those microphones are jammed loud.
I didn't maybe have it close enough. I thought I
Talking to
had
it?
it close, but now it is right in front of my face.
Give me some talking.
Hello?
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Chat, can you hear Jen?
Yeah, I think she's okay now. That's the greatest thing about teaching
Well,
fencing. You get to hit them with metal
Throw back
sticks.
my legs and pollute my britches with delight.
I love it. Need to teach fencing.
You need to teach fencing.
Okay, so part of the job at Monument Hobbies entails sword fighting.
How do you feel about this?
Here,
Jeff?
let me show you. I'm just going to carry a sword around the office now.
I feel like you would enjoy that.
Get some people to quit acting up.
William has one you can borrow. He was carrying a sword around and a shield for a long time.
Oh my goodness, how the heck do I pronounce this name? Fert.
That's just Fert.
Fert. Perfect. That makes life so much easier. Thank you for the sub.
Thanks, Fert.
Welcome back. 34 months. Jeez.
Fert even goes, hey, it's Fert.
It's just Fert.
Good to see you, Fert. Hope you're doing well. You would ace the interview. You were team captain. Paint Liquor says, what's your elevator pitch for how Digimon works, Baby Jade?
Have you played any other card games?
No. That was me answering.
Oh, okay.
Jen has not played card games. Well, she has, like Uno.
Yeah, I've played
Yeah, I'm trying to like
Rummy and
figure out how I would phrase and explain it.
MTG only, Paint Liquor
Okay.
said.
So, oh gosh, how do I even? Okay, so one of the core concepts of Digimon is that you start with like a baby Digimon, and then it digivolves as it fights with you, and blah blah blah. It has like different levels of strength. You don't have to worry about the lore of all of that. It's just mechanically speaking, you start with like a baby version of a Digimon, and then you like evolve it to become stronger. This game has that sort of mechanic in that you can evolve a Digimon on top of another one. So you like play your Digimon, and then you play another one on top of it. And every Digimon has what's called an inheritable effect. So like a Digimon itself will have like in its main text box will say like, oh, I get plus 1,000 power, so I'm stronger. And then it might have like this Digimon also gains 1,000 power, and it's like inheritable ability. So as they become stronger, they can gain all of these inheritable abilities from Digimon underneath them, which is cool. And there are different versions that do different things and stuff like that. So you can kind of build this like stack that is this evolved Digimon that has all of these cool abilities that it gains from all the other Digimon underneath it. And so you pay with these, you pay for these Digivolutions.
What?
Yeah, it's a weird word. I don't know why they use it, but they use it. With a a resource mechanic called memory, and it's basically a tug of war between you and your opponent. So there's basically a bar, right, that goes from 10 on one side to 0, and then 10 on the other side. So it's like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and then from 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And T-Schmidt, yes, pretty much. The game is very archetype based, which is a thing that is both good and bad in a lot of situations.
I love the game.
Yeah.
I hate the archetype.
Yeah.
Because it's like everything is a meta deck. Like, have you ever in MTG, you talk about net decking. That's all Digimon is net decks. They're trying to change it, but
it's
neat game. The resource management is cool. I like the fact that as soon as you spend enough to move the counter over to your opponent's side, your turn ends and their turn begins.
Yeah.
So you can do stuff as long as you've got memory to do stuff. There's no, there is some phases, like once you commit to an attack, you're in that, state with that particular stack, so it locks you in. But it's neat. As far as card games go, I really like its mechanics very well. It's really neat. It's just that unfortunately they don't build it as like, hey, here's red cards, black cards, green cards, white cards, blue cards, and you have each of those has its own archetype of play style within them. They do. So let me finish. They do, but they lock them all behind named archetypes.
Yeah.
So that the only way you can get the benefit of, say, what the purple cards do is to play the named cards that all those purple cards go towards. And I've been told they're trying to move away from that, which I might go back and play it more if that happens. It got very boring to me because I like deck building. That's one of the most favorite things to do. And all you're really doing here is deck teching. The deck is built for you. You know what cards you have to get in order to play a deck because it's the named Digimon and all the supporting characters that go with it. You can change out, X percentage of those cards to make the deck play the way you want to for your local meta. But the deck is the deck, Like, to give you an idea, you go buy a starter deck and play the starter deck in competition, right? Which is a little odd. Because like in Magic, you could never buy a starter deck and go play in competition.
They do. Well, no,
you can't. You buy a commander deck and play commander decks, but commander's not competition. I'm talking about like go play a deck, like get a pre-built deck and just be like, yes, I'm gonna take nationals.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, Magic's kind of weird about that sort of stuff.
Deadbeat Artist said, "I'm gonna stick to blackjack."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's neat. All the guys love it, and I love it too. I think it's great. I've got a bunch of decks. I went hard into it, and then I backed away from it because I just stopped having fun with the fact that I couldn't build a deck the way I wanted to. I was like, yeah, I want to be able to add these cards in. These cards are bitching, but they don't play with my deck. And by putting them in, you actually harm your deck because your curves start falling apart. It doesn't have a lot of rules, but in order to play some spells, you have to have cards of that color out on the table. So you can't just like splash colors very easily. But they have a new game developer there at Bandai for it, supposedly, and they're looking to change some of that. So
yeah, I recall the guy said something to the effect of like, I don't like the fact that it is archetype based.
Yeah, if you don't want to play Ragemon, then a lot of the cool parts of that, maybe it's red. I'm not. Like, I play Machinedramon. I really like Machinedramon, but the things that the Machinedramon deck does, you can't just take and play it that way with other cards. You're kind of stuck. And so for me, it just gets boring because every time I play, it's the same thing. The magic, the glory was that you could build your deck, play your deck until you got bored with it, and then build another deck of totally different colors or whatever.
I will say the benefit of this game is that your decks are very, very cheap.
Oh, yeah.
The game is incredibly cheap to play.
Yeah, it really is. You can jump in for
Yeah.
well under $100 and be competitive.
Like the deck that I'm going to play at the regional event, you can buy, and it's like $15 maybe, and it is a very good deck. Maybe not $15, less than $50. I forgot there's
A couple cards are
a couple
expensive.
cards. Yeah, there's
Well,
like
that was one of the things that drew it to
Yeah.
me. That and the fact that I felt like I didn't have to pay attention to all the cards all the time in order to play, which I think is a big benefit. But then it doesn't match with my
Your
overall
preferences,
expectation. Like
yeah.
I don't.
Hey, Jason, are you really super zoomed in?
I might be, and I'm doing very small details, so there's no way I'm going to be on camera all the
Okay.
time.
Well, yeah, we just have like a leg.
When I have to turn things upside down, but if I zoom out, then you're not going to see what I'm doing anyway.
Okay.
I'm barely putting on a brush load of
Just
paint.
wanted to make
so.
sure.
Slowly getting to whatever metal this is. Griffin Gaming, what's going on? Sorcery Contested Realms. Art is gorgeous. It's all hand painted art.
somebody likes
It's a
us.
card game. Automaton. It is a gin on the chairs.
And a raid from Griffin Gaming Harlow.
Woo!
Thank you.
What up? Thank you for the raid.
Are we not hearing alerts?
Alerts are weird.
There it is.
They're very delayed.
There it is. Speaking of which, Griffin, thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. Celtic, what's going on, man?
Bot was taking a little break.
So,
No mana, man. What's happening? We were just talking about mana.
mana.
No mana, man.
No mana, man.
I got no mana, man.
What a sad state of affairs.
So that's one of the things that I really love about Digimon over Magic is that there's no mana flooding or starving. You
Yep.
always have the resource that you need. Well, you may not have the resource you need to do the play in your hand, but you manage your resource and you don't have to draw for it and play it out.
Yep.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
You can still get what they call bricked with the not getting the cards you want, but
Yeah, that's the problem with like you're building a stack of evolved Digimon, right? Sometimes you can not have the right level because you have to evolve like from level 0 to or 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7, right? So if you have only 6s and you don't draw your 5s, that's not so great.
Griffin, glad you listened to Studio J7. Studio is fantastic. Love him to death.
Sure.
Welcome, welcome. If you're new here, we are Monument Hobbies.
Hello, welcome.
Shard said, "Hi, baby Jabus."
Oh, oh no, not you too, Shard.
I think it was Shard's fault.
How dare you, Shard? I thought we were
I'm
friends.
pretty sure Shard was the ringleader on that whole thing.
See you later, Griffin.
Thank you so much, Griff. Look forward to seeing you back.
It was.
It was. Oh no.
I think the apology that came through, if you can call it that, he got an E for effort on it, is that I like to make fun of my friends. It's what I do. So well, Oh yeah, we're working on it. We have an artist who is looking at redoing Jen and mine's logos that I did years ago, so that we can have a consistent art style between all of the avatar logos that we do for the team. And then he'll be doing, assuming we like and approve the style, he'll be doing Baby J's, and we'll get new stickers for everybody.
Studio J7 said Griffin is an LGS and a good friend, so I thought I'd point him over to more friends over here.
Awesome.
Heck yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, Griffin. Did he leave?
I think so, yeah.
Well, again, thank you for the
Yeah,
raid.
late night.
And nice. An LGS streaming. I love it.
The LGS streaming, that's cool.
Well, they rated it, so I assume so, right?
Yeah.
I'm painting gold. It seems like that's just what I do.
I am pushing more shadow and some more color into the skin. Put some of that dark sea bend to good use.
Ooh.
Some very moody lighting going on here.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
I am sitting in a comfy chair.
You are sitting in a comfy
Yes,
chair.
you are sitting in a comfy chair. I am not the least bit jealous. I am the Jennifer Aniston meme currently.
So it's worth noting that warm brown sprayed over a little bit of the deep sea bend looks pretty good. I would say it looks pretty good. Got this nice warmth to it while having a little bit of like cool kind of environmentally green shadows.
Yeah, I like it. Comfy chair is the way to go. Yeah. We have learned that very quickly around here. We put the two comfy chairs in there that you see.
They're freaking
They're mic'd
awesome.
up. We have let everybody know in the office that they are free.
We
to
put the
come
word
in
out
and hang out
today
with us.
that anybody is welcome to come in and sit in the comfy chairs.
I'm curious if we get anybody.
I hope so.
Be nice.
My glasses. Slom Two Face said, "Nice trigger action you got there. What PSI are you running, please?"
We run at it's like 28, right?
No, like 22.
22. Okay.
Studio J7's on his way. Said he'll be here in 12 hours. Oh, Jason's gonna be gone. Well, actually, in 12 hours, he won't be. He'll be sleeping.
He will be home sleeping.
He'll be home in bed.
We gotta go to
Delta,
Colorado.
they can get them. They have access to them. We don't know which stores have stock of them, but it's not exclusive to our web store. So you can get the empty bottles from the store. So if you've got a store that you frequent, you can ask them to order them for you.
Fly out to Colorado bright and early in the morning. Back on Monday.
What time do you leave?
8:30
Oh, okay.
is the flight. So we gotta be there at
6
like
or whatever.
7:30, something like that. 7. I'm not checking a bag.
Yeah, I'm using a whole bunch of these new colors right now. I'm using a lot of advanced flash tones today.
Turns out they're good.
They're pretty darn delicious.
Your local LGS is a Pro Acryl stockist. Griffin is? Awesome. Oh wait, that may not be your local. What's your local, studio? Ashdown. I remember you saying that on stream. Yep. Yep.
Got what I'm doing here. Dragon's Lair pretty close to you, Delta. We have, I think, 3 dragons lairs, and I don't think they're related. I think that's just a common name for a game store.
Oh yeah. It's like there's a Dragon's Lair in every town. It's like Thai food restaurants all have the same name. Taste of Thai, Thai taste.
Well, yeah, so if they don't have them, you can see if they'd be willing to order them for you, because they can definitely get them in their stores.
Welcome everybody. If you're new around here, we are Monument Hobbies, as it says in the back. Well, it says Monument in the background. It doesn't actually say Hobbies anywhere. We are Monument Barbershop.
Nope, that's the thing that exists.
I know, that's where you're going to get your hair cut.
Yeah, in
20 minutes?
no,
An hour and 20 minutes?
An hour and 20 minutes. It is kind of hilarious that the barbershop that I go to is called Monument Barbershop.
You watch
Oh,
Reaper
you go to
on
that
Twitch
one?
and didn't know that Reaper was a brand? Oh no! Oh, you've been in there asking about Pro Acryl?
No.
We're friends with the Reaper guys.
No, this, I think he just means random stuff,
Oh, okay.
not just Pro Acryl.
He says, I've been in there
We've
asking
had
about
people
these
do
things
that.
and those brushes and this and that. Oh, okay.
We've had people do that, and we have people in our Discord asking about other brands.
Yeah,
Like,
we always talk about it. Like, we're not a, while we are a brand and we're a manufacturer, we are at the top level about creating, like, what you would call, like, painting confidence, I guess. Right? We're really trying to get people confident in painting miniatures. And we don't care if you're starting with, you know, whatever brush and whatever paints you got. That's all great. Because whatever you need to do to get going in the hobby is what we want to see be successful for you. And then eventually you'll, you know, hopefully try Pro Acryl. But Reaper's been around for a long time.
And the Reaper
Good team.
gang is very cool.
Down close to my hometown.
Or do they just have like one person who does their stream?
No, they have a team. It'll alternate. It used to, at least. I can't speak to recently. They have a stream where they have a group of people that sit around and talk about upcoming things and stuff in the hobby, more like a podcast.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then they do painting streams. Otto, you need to get new paint so you can finish your Fire Slayers. Flesh and orange. Flesh, orange, and bronze.
And we have paint.
Yeah, we manufacture Pro Acryl, if you've heard of it. That is us.
We are that. That is us. We do those things. We make those things. Some new versions of it coming out. all sorts of excited for all the new stuff to come out.
Do you have a favorite color out of the new sets yet? Both of you?
I don't know about favorite color, but it's funny because Advanced Flesh Tone is basically the color that I always mix up for my skin whenever I'm painting skin.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my kind of usual go-to. Is like kind of a warm tan skin.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny that the color that I usually mix for it is now an actual color that I don't have to mix anymore, which is great. So I'll probably use that one a ton. As far as favorites are concerned, though, I'm not sure yet.
That's a tough call.
Yeah, then you were next. You got a favorite?
That's a tough call. After using a lot of the dark burgundy on this, I'm a big fan. I've been using a ton of the warm white as my highlight. It's my new favorite highlight for gold non-metallics, right? Because it's what we've been using on Dante as that final spot highlight that looks like white, but it's the warm white, so it actually still gives me a layer of punch I can add by putting, like, you know, bright white on it. So I'm a big fan of that. Bone is amazing. They're all, I mean, you know me. I can't say I have a favorite. They're all my babies.
Auto Racing's is that that I can't really see very well. That's had all the Pro Acryl paints, then bad breakup. Girl threw them all out.
No.
Oh no.
That's a crime.
That is a crime.
That is a crime, Otto.
She should be in jail right now. Hope you reported her.
You have her new address.
Oh no.
What Tom said, where did the name Advanced Flesh Tone come from?
So that is when we work with the artists on the signature sets, we allow them to work on what they want the naming to be. And Ben and Matt, the next two artists, have had they teach a lot of classes. They mix a lot of these colors and work them into their rotation. And so these names have kind of existed for them for a long time. And so that's where it came from. And by virtue of just what you get from it, it is a good name. It's an advanced skin tone because it adds a lot of yellow in where generally you would think you would have more pink. So it gives you a really good basis to shift towards Middle Eastern, Asian, even like African skin tones as a highlight, and mid-tone and base, depending on how bright or dark you want to go. So it's a fantastic color. Whereas, you look at something that's of similar value in our normal line in Shadow Flesh, and Shadow Flesh, you just immediately see the red, right? Shadow Flesh you can see in like the underside of my fingers and stuff, and then Advanced Flesh you can see at the top. So together, these two kind of give you a 1-2 knockout punch for doing tan flesh.
Advanced skin tone equals old people's skin.
Old people's skin, yes.
They're
it's advanced in age.
Advanced in age.
It's well weathered.
It's aged like a fine wine.
Deep Sea Ben amuses T. Schmid.
Yeah, that was a tough call. I had to relent. It's our wizard's butt now.
At least the deep sea part is, you kind of know what you're getting.
It's dark sea, Ben. And it has as its, on the label, it has as its flavor text, dark green blue, which is what it is. So.
But that doesn't mean eat it.
What's that?
Thank you, Jen.
You said it has as its flavor text, but it doesn't mean eat it. Don't eat the paint.
Oh.
Flavor. You said
don't
flavor.
Eat the paint.
There's
Sorry.
no flavor. Do not eat the paint.
Sorry, there's no flavoring except donkey butt.
Yep.
Oh. See what you started? I gotta go. Can't handle this anymore.
I keep on telling people they're talking to me about eating paint on there. They're like, it tastes so good. I'm like, what's wrong with your taste buds? It tastes like donkey butt.
Well, and now, I mean, that just them all like, oh, well, he said. All right, I'm leaving.
What?
Well, it's 10 to 4. I gotta go make the rounds and
What?
wrap everything up for the day before people leave and make sure the door gets locked. Bye. I'll maybe come back in and say one more final goodbye.
But only maybe.
Only maybe. No promises.
See you, Jen.
I've enjoyed this. It felt like the good old days.
Just wait until she's producing.
She's in here all the time. I'll be like, is there something else you have to do?
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing? Why are you here?
I'm excited for her to be at the producer's desk for sure. We need it.
We do. It can be really difficult to like try and paint and talk about painting stuff and then see questions on chat. It can be difficult.
Phantom, you shush.
Oh, did anybody tell you about the weirdness that happened at Sam's yesterday? Samurai Comics?
I don't know what Sam's is. Samurai.
Yeah, Samurai. Did anybody actually tell you?
No.
So, you know how Wednesday is their like big Digimon day, right?
Yes.
So for whatever reason, they had like a group of they brought like a group of people from Disney in to like show
the card game.
No, for like a watching party for like the new episode of Secret Invasion.
Oh.
That nobody showed up to. It was just us playing Digimon. It was so weird.
Seems odd.
It was like on a Wednesday. Just like a day you know that there's just like gonna be a bunch of idiots in there playing Digimon. He's like, we have people from Disney coming. You guys cannot say anything bad. If you do, you're gonna be gone for 2 weeks and you won't come back for 2 weeks. But don't swear. Don't say stupid things. It was very, very weird. And everyone was just kind of like, I'm kind of uncomfortable right now. This is bizarre. And they did like
say, why would you sap our fun for this?
Well, it's not even that you know, it's his, he can do whatever he wants on whatever days. It just like seemed like a weird day to do it. And and we didn't know ahead of time that like this was happening. They were just like, "Hey, you guys can't use these seats for the tournament because we need them for this other thing." And we were like, "What? What do you mean this other thing? It's Wednesday." It was just weird. It was a weird night.
Anyone who mentions this strike gets banned. Writer's strike?
I don't think they were those kinds of. Pretty sure all those people who are worried about that are like living in California.
That's not true.
Or a lot of them are.
They're all Georgia is suffering. A lot of places. A buddy of mine works in the visual effects industry, and because of this strike, nobody's got work. And the big
Oh,
problem is
yeah.
that a lot of VFX places are closing down because they don't have work. And what's going to happen is whenever they resolve the strike, they're going to need to make like all the movies right now,
Yeah.
and there aren't going to be any houses to do it. Of course, I'm a smart aleck, and I was like, well, maybe if you had fewer visual effects artists, it would be better. Funny when you watch the credits of the movie, and the visual effects crew is longer than like the entire amount of people it took to film Casablanca. The knock-on effect of the strikes are massive, yeah. You know, we were just talking today because UPS is thinking about striking, right? The Teamsters Union and all of that stuff. And of course, that affects us directly because all of our stores get their stuff from us via UPS. So we're like,
Ooh.
what happens then? Because it's going to hurt those stores and us, you know, both, if we have to switch to another carrier. Because, and I think what USPS did is funny, and you want to say that this wasn't due to insider information, but USPS just recently consolidated all of their first class and then their package mail service stuff outside of priority into one new service that handles stuff up above 70 pounds and is basically a direct competition with UPS standard.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
What?
but it doesn't, all of the software that we use doesn't filter through to it because it's a brand new offering since this month, July 9th, I think it was.
Oh, so it literally just came out.
Yeah. So,
Weird.
I think it's great, but it's not all set up yet. So we're like,
Can we get it all set up? We can use it?
Jen nearly killed the customer service rep at our partner company because they were like, yeah, we're thinking about getting it set up before the end of the year.
No, that's not how that works. You need this set up like now.
The number of promotional and advertising staff and credits for both film and video games blows your mind. Yeah, something happened in the whole like negotiation process where anybody that is even tangentially affiliated with a company that worked on a movie gets their name in the credits for their resume. I'm like, what did you do? Oh, I'm the guy that delivered all of the mail.
The sandwiches.
The mail to the guy in his office back east, who also didn't have anything to do with the actual making of the
It's like,
movie.
wait a second, you weren't even on set? No.
Oh, is anybody even on set anymore? I didn't think they did sets anymore. That was all green screen studios.
It's all AI now. Yeah, green screen studios.
They're still really good movies. I hope they get it solved. I know they're facing a lot of problems though, so it'll be interesting to see how all that comes out. In the end, ooh, I don't want that dark spot there. Any film that has to keep a built set could be spending upwards of $600K a week for the space. Yeah. Yeah, the studio space. Because they make so many movies now, right? They got to rotate through them.
I mean, it's part of the reason why I think a lot of these movies are costing as much as they are to film, right?
No. I can't answer that question. I think that there's probably a lot of variables involved in how all of that has accumulated over the years, but when revenue is big, expenses get bigger.
Who we got? Oh man, here he is. Here he comes. It's the end of the day.
Oh my god. You gonna follow the rules?
The rules have been laid out before him.
Yep.
Alright.
Hey, he speaks.
Alright, chat. Here we go.
Got me for 20 minutes.
Only 20 minutes. Wait, you're getting a haircut? I'm getting a haircut.
What time?
At 5. I'm probably literally the person right after you.
Is your barber?
Eric, right?
I don't know. I don't remember. Might be Eric. Well, it couldn't be because it takes more than 30 minutes.
Yeah, yours is at 4:20.
4.
Mine's at no, because it's 45 minutes, right?
Wait. Your haircut takes more than 30 minutes?
Jacob, mine's at 5:15.
See who my barber is.
It's probably
Oh my
Eric.
god, it is 100%.
Yeah, dude.
No, I have Eddie.
These guys share a stylist. That's very cute.
That's right.
Yeah, I have Eddie.
I love that conversation just happened between you two live on stream. Somebody clip that. We're gonna use that later.
That's fine.
That's fine. I'll allow it.
Morgana's eyes are closed, which is why I just did a real quick eyeshadow on there, because the globe of the eye when the lid was closed was freaking me out. I kept looking at her and it kept looking like these huge eyes staring at you. No, her eyes are closed. In the original picture from Brahm, he painted her and she's walking forward and the hanging tree is behind her. And so you have this tree with all the knights hanging from it, right? All the round table knights hung on the tree behind her. Pretty wicked. Pretty dark. Pretty dark. Ah! Holy, sneaking up on me. I did not even know she was here. Chat, I rely on you to tell me when an engine appears, and nobody did. That's on you guys. She walks in here one day and just like, poof, I'm gone. That's all your fault. You have to live with the consequence. Steven?
Yeah.
Tell the dog hi.
Okay.
See you tomorrow, Jen.
Bye-bye.
She's a unicorn ninja. She is that sneaky. You weren't sure on the sculpt? Yeah, it's eyes closed for her. I gotta do mascara and eyebrows and it'll start making more sense, but I wanted to get the lips and the eye holes at least darkened a bit. Avian, little late. Little late.
Yeah. Ninja appeared and then was gone just as fast.
Little late, but thanks. Remind me to not have you as my point of contact in a horror movie. Paint liquor, take it easy.
See ya, paint liquor.
Remember, sharks have the right of way.
Sharks have the right of way?
Just always. That's just a good life rule. Sharks and bears.
Well, bears for sure.
And definitely bear sharks.
Bear sharks? Is there such a thing?
Oh, yes. Dude, I had the best wand in Noida last night. I had the best wand in Noida last night. I literally, for the first time, I made like a top-notch freaking win the game wand.
Did you win the game?
No. No, that's the moral of this story, is that it doesn't matter, Fuse. It literally was like so rotten. I was so excited. And I had the best wand, and I had permanent shield, which is a perk you can get. And it puts as you can imagine, a sphere around you that repels like a shot every so often. So if they staccato you, some are getting through. But like every other one or every third one gets blocked. So you wind up living quite a ways, right? And then I managed somehow to get stuck on a pixel and blown up by 50 million things all at once.
That's so good. That's amazing. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, me too. That game.
Kills you.
That's all it does.
Literally.
I do not want a death counter for Noida. I would be appalled already. It's one of those where you can like literally
Did
be.
you just see that?
Yeah, good catch. You can get 100 to 0 and not even know what happened. It's very distressing.
Ooh, that gold is coming along nice.
Getting there. $50 million doots later.
Do 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 do.
Really makes the skin pop.
The gold? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, it looks fantastic.
But it also lets you understand why I always talk about not finishing any part of the model until you're ready to finish all of the model.
Yep.
Because you can see, hopefully, right, if you've been watching us paint for very long, you can see how as I put brightness on the gold, how it alters the way you visualize the skin. If you just tuned in now, just wait until I go to the next step and watch what happens. The skin continues to darken up, which was my hope, right? But you have to be careful, right? If we go and you finish the skin and you think you got the skin all dialed in, but you haven't painted anything else on the model, everything else is in black primer or gray primer or white primer or whatever, you get the skin where you're like, oh, it's perfect. Then by the time you finish everything else, it's not going to be perfect anymore, I can guarantee you. Right? So always bring things to like that 60, 70, 80% range. Know that you've got your blends the way you want them, your base colors set up the way you want them, and then start painting everything else. And generally, I didn't paint the gold first because I knew with the skin we needed to go through and do airbrushing, and we needed to do a lot of rough brush blending and things like that. So you have to do it layer by layer that makes sense so you don't mess the model up. But I also know that the gold is going to have some of the brightest color on it because of the shine. So I'm doing that now, and I will work the gold up almost to done, like to a very bright shine, because it will have that high contrast to it, and that will help balance the rest of the model. Because I know I don't want anything else on the model to be brighter than the gold. So set the gold's brightness and then paint everything around that. If you're doing metallics, do the same thing. Paint your metallics, like get all your base coats on, get a couple of layers of highlight or mid-tone on those layers of all the clothes and skin and all that. Then paint your metallics and dial your metallics in the way you want them. Then go dial everything back in. Because generally you don't want to have anything on your model that is brighter than the shiny bits, so to speak. She appears to have a pretty grave skin condition. We haven't added in all of the life parts of it, so yes. Bear Shark is a TV miniseries from 2011 to 2013. It's also a band.
Bear Shark?
Bear Shark, that's also very good. You've been plowing through Diablo 4's campaign ahead of the new season and finished it last night. I then did the dungeon to unlock the next difficulty tier, and once I did that, had that moment of, oh, I can die again. Are you playing hardcore? That's a problem with Noida, is everything's hardcore. So you get a good run going, you feel really good about it, you die. And you're just like, okay, I guess I'm starting over. And you start from dead nut scratch.
Dead nut scratch.
And it gives you some random loadout at the beginning,
Can you
too.
explain to me what dead nut scratch is?
Dead nut scratch.
I'm not
What is
familiar
that?
with this terminology.
Yeah, brand new.
Brand
is
new?
Like the day you're born. Butt ass naked.
Butt ass naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, butt scratch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm still confused.
I am also
Why?
still confused.
What's going on? Dead nut scratch?
Yeah, you start from scratch or dead nuts scratch. Dead nut scratch is like the day you're born. Just completely start over. Nothing.
So, okay, I think I get it.
Yeah. Dead nut scratch. Sounds like something in like a really bad B zombie movie.
Yep. Yes, it does. I'm gonna try something. See how much I love or hate it.
Hardcore is for suckers and streamers, yeah.
Suckers and streamers.
Talking to my nephew last night. We went out to dinner and we were talking video games, and he was talking about all the challenge runs and Elden Ring and Dark Souls and things like that. And I'm like, I never really got into that because that's for basically what you just said.
Basically what you just said.
Suckers and streamers. People that make their living from people watching them do said things. But I have to admit, like, I've never really been a fan of like those roguelike hardcore games, but Noida's got me hooked.
Yeah, you are
I am literally
hook,
hooked.
line, and sinker. All the way in.
I have not been this badly groped by a video game in a long time. I'm gonna have to seek counseling. Realize the color I'm using right now is this. It's golden brown. So whereas it looks very bright on the model, it's not a very bright color. Right? It's actually darker than the brightest color on her skin. But because of the way that we're generating contrast on the model, it looks brighter. We've used white blue on her skin, which is much brighter than the color we're using on the gold right now. Decided against the turquoise.
I'm gonna try the gold and see what it looks like. And I might veer towards like a green gold instead, which I think might look nice with the green from the snake. But I've toned down a lot of the yellow in the skin. It's not nearly as heavy as it was before. It's a lot more peachy now. So it's possible we can make it work. I'm gonna try it out. We are going to investigate.
Maybe if your hardcore character didn't just randomly die because the servers took a dump, that is bad. Like there is no feels good when you're minding your business, doing your job, having fun, staying alive, and then server freeze, come back to death. Because somehow the server wasn't working, but the game was still playing. Is there a worse feeling in video gaming than when you're doing something like that, something challenging, and you get to a spot, fighting a bunch of enemies, and like disconnect?
Yep.
And then that load in feeling where the game's loading and you're like, alive or dead, alive or dead, alive or dead. Playing that Jeopardy.
Whoop. Breaking stuff over there.
Freaking breaking stuff.
I didn't break anything. I caught it.
Freaking breaking stuff. You can swing the other one over there and use it instead if you want.
Right now.
Great. Break stuff and then leave. Even better.
Don't worry. I'll go make sure that he gets a bad haircut.
Turn that one off. Carter put them on the sides of the table and they need to be on the back. Take it easy, man.
Thanks for hanging out.
Have a happy haircut. Is that a thing? Happy haircut?
They are pretty good. They are pretty good.
Is it just me?
have been to many a barber.
Is my barber more relaxing than haircut thing?
It is generally speaking a haircut thing. But also they're pretty good.
Take it easy, man. I won't see you again until Tuesday. Have a great weekend.
I
Good
don't
luck.
know the guy well enough to like. We don't talk a ton. The last time I did, but that's the only time I've ever been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See ya.
I'm going to determine the next color. I don't know the answer here, but I think it's khaki.
On the gold?
Khaki.
Is this for the gold?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think khaki.
Ooh, I really like that shine that you've got going on the horn or the
Oh,
the
here
horn.
down here.
Yeah, I really like that.
Back in the 80s, our video games didn't need fancy stuff like graphics and fun. Says Robotron. Dude, Robotron was brutal. There are game companies that should try to emulate the Robotron experience. That game sucked. It was so hard. I used to love Robotron. But it was like, you know, all of those games were just the ones that got progressively more things on the screen, right? And Robotron was a dual stick, which was really hard for me. Move with one, shoot with the other.
Oh, that sounds awful.
It was very hard at the arcade originally, right? Because you were moving around this one, and then you would bang the stick, and it was, you know, it was probably what, 8 directional joystick. But, you know, in order to shoot diagonal, you had to hit that sweet spot with the diagonal joystick thing, which is always sucky with those kind of like old Atari ones. Oh my god.
Yeah, screw that.
It was hard. Hard! There's no reason for D4 to be online only. Only to capture your information and all the data.
Data.
It's a flawed game.
God dang it.
Oh, so is it a thing that if you lose connection with the server, you just die, period?
No. Not in D4.
It says, like, I understand they don't want you to just cut your network connection to save your character, but that seems excessive.
I mean, you literally just there is a program that you can download where you click a button and it F4s your game for you. It literally logs you out of your character. It is used by many a hardcore streamer. And they do it specifically so that if they get into a weird situation where they're gonna die and they see it, they're like, whoop, and it kicks them off. And most of the time, it'll save their character.
Most of the time. Sometimes it works.
They're dead.
Sometimes it works. I don't know. I've never really gotten into a game that has that kind of progression, and then, you know, hardcore as well. Right?
Yeah.
So that one is a little scary to me, because I think I would probably lose my mind if I were that far into it. But I've seen people have it happen.
Oh, I would 1,000%.
So there's khaki versus gold and brown. You can see the difference in brightness. Big old glob of paint on it.
It is cool that we're all on the same flight tomorrow. Just thinking about how nice that is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it was lame to have to fly and take like a separate flight than the people who you're traveling with.
Yeah, when you're going as a group for sure.
Yeah. Not a very long flight though.
So you're only going to Texas.
Yeah, and it's the west side of Texas, ish.
Central,
Texas.
actually.
Is it? Fort Worth is central? I thought like Dallas
Dead
and
center of
Texas
the
were kind of
state.
like the east of center and right of center, or west of center and east of center.
That's pretty much the center line is Texas.
You mean Dallas?
Dallas Fort Worth, yeah. Metroplex. The Metroplex.
Khaki. Oof. What made you choose khaki over pale yellow?
I don't want the yellow. I want to dull it down,
Got it.
right? If you stay with a warm color, which khaki technically is still warm, but
It's pretty
if I
cool.
lean into more yellows, then I get more of that, rich gold feel.
Yeah.
And I prefer stuff that, is more bronzy, tarnished gold.
Yep.
Gold tarnish is black, so blackish brown. And so I like that better than the high polish look in most cases. Unless I was doing like non-metallic custodes or something, You don't see me do a whole lot of real yellow gold. Having worked with metal for so much of my life, you start to get a feel for what metal does when you really work with it. And as you polish a lot of these metals, they actually start to turn white. They desaturate. As opposed to getting into, that comic book yellow. And so I think my brain might just drift into that.
That state.
Well, that understanding, because I've done it for so long. With bronze, and I didn't do a lot of fine jeweler stuff. I did some silver. But bronze is my first love after steel. Neat shapes on this thing.
On the belt,
Yeah, just on all the gold, right? I got a lot of like
loopy stuff.
got a lot of like what I would call soft square dimensions, like with the rectangles in the middle of the belt. It's like
Mhm.
pillow embossed. And these spherical. Neat shapes. Avian. I love how you threw in the wheeze. Back in my day.
The wheeze.
In order to get the game to unfreeze, we had to take the cartridge out and blow on it.
Oh, the wheeze. I thought you meant wheeze as in you and I. So that was a very confusing statement until I read it.
You thought they meant a word that doesn't exist.
Yes.
Okay. Checking.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Mhm.
I'm not judging. I'm just checking.
No, there's judgment to be had here.
Like, wait a minute. What you're saying is you thought it was something that isn't real.
There are many things in life that are not real, Jason.
There's nothing in life that isn't real. In life, it exists. Therefore, is by definition real. Jump on I-45 and just drive straight north to Dallas. Take 4 to 5 hours, but it's a straight shot. Yep. Go visit with Baby J, see him live and in person, and bug him while he plays Digimans.
Yep. Paul really wants to get barbecue while we're.
There'll be lots of good barbecue spots.
Oh. I love how he comes into my office. He's like, "So I don't really want to play in the main event anymore." I was like, "I know what you mean. It's the worst decision that we could have made to go to an event that is literally right after the release of the brand." There is an event at Gen Con though, which is funny. They're doing another in-person regionals at Gen Con. Seems like they don't really do very many of anymore. Like ever since everybody figured out that they could just play against people on the internet, they're just like, why would I ever pay money to go to a place anymore?
Funny because, you know, I would probably still play Digimon a lot more if they had an online version.
Yeah. It would be nice if they had it on client. That'd be cool.
Have that demo get used to the game one, and it actually works pretty well, and then they just don't have anything after.
Yeah, it's like you spent all this time and effort to make one that's like functional enough to teach somebody how to play the game. Why don't you just have a real version of this?
Assuming that they're afraid their game is so small and revenue for the physical cards that if they do that, they'll not make any money on the game at all.
Yeah.
My only assumption from a business standpoint.
Well, Pokemon does it really well because you get all the free cards in the. Like, every time you buy a pack, you get a digital version of a pack. So, you end up having the card game pay for itself by having people just go buy more card game stuff. Which is really interesting. Switched over to my synthetic working on this. I'm really liking the stiffness of the brush tip right now. Doing me good. Definitely use it more often.
I'm using a synthetic number 2 for everything.
What am I using? I'm using number 2. Yeah, I'm using the 2 right now.
Coffee right, paint water left. Yes. Remember this.
Keep it that way.
These are the things that will get you through life in a lot better manner.
August is just coming up way too fast. I feel like July just started.
Feel you there.
Crazy.
Now it's starting to come together. Here I have to be careful because I need to just grab a couple of these. So they don't overtake the previous dutes too much. That.
Yeah.
I feel like
well.
physical card games need to be careful with online versions because if they introduce it too quickly, it can stunt the organic growth. I think that's the thing, right? Because Digimon's only like what 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about, but it is really relatively young.
Yeah, and so it could very well, because everybody would want. I say everybody. There would be a lot of people that migrate to the online version. So you either have to monetize the online version in a way that just becomes what you do, and I don't think Bandai does that very well.
Bandai does a lot of things not very well. They do a lot of things not very well.
They make really cool plastic models.
Yeah, they do.
Been doing this since college, and I still screwed up somehow. Coffee right, paint water left. Well, so you paint right-handed or left-handed, and so that's where your paint water goes, is whichever hand you paint with, and your drink always on the opposite side. It's really easy. Don't ever drink what's on the side you hold your paintbrush with.
The problem is, I'm sort of ambidextrous when it comes to drinking liquids, so it could be either side.
Or are you gonna airbrush more?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to. Guess I could turn the chairs off.
Did we have the chair cam still up?
I did.
Oh, that's funny.
Your concern for digital versions of these games is the temptation for the company to start using predatory gotcha loot box features. Yeah.
I mean, isn't that what a card pack is, basically?
Yeah, it's what. Yeah, I mean that's what the physicalized game is, right? So a loot pack. But I get what you're saying. You know, it is
basically what Magic did with Arena.
Yeah.
Is kind of what they're talking about, I think.
Yeah. At least there you can use the alchemy things to get the cards you need, even if the economy doesn't scale the way you wish it did.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing that gets me going, though, is that, like, in every other version of digital card game that's like that, you can break down cards that you don't want anymore into materials that you can use to create whatever you want.
Right.
And the fact that this game doesn't do that is...
Arena doesn't?
Or rather, MTG Arena does not, yeah. You cannot break down your cards.
Gotcha.
You get wild cards that you can use for whatever you want, but they're specific to rare and mythic. So, like, you'll be in a situation like I am on Arena where you're like, I have too many mythic cards.
Right.
So, like, I have like 14 mythics, but I need like 30 rares.
Yeah.
And the problem is the ratio of how many rares that you get to gold or to mythics are like not heavy enough towards the rares that's how they get you. They limit you on how many rares, so you end up buying a lot of rares. Because most decks are predominantly rare and not mythic.
Yeah,
right?
not your mythic.
So there was a recent Age of Sigmar game, Champions, that was by all accounts pretty good, but they had an online version. Each card had a code.
Yeah, I remember Champions. They had it at, I forget, Adepticon or Gen Con or both or whatever, and they showed it, and a lot of people had fun playing it. Did it just die?
Yeah, it's very dead.
Deadbeat loving some transparent white. It is a great color. Yeah, Sony says, Jason says, like some of us aren't ADHD with 2 paint cups and 3 drinks, so I need you to stop. I need you to quit that. You only need 1 paint cup and 1 drink.
If I can do it, you can do it. The other thing is that you can do is keep your paint cup or your drinking cup with a lid on it.
Turns out running servers is expensive. Yeah, so you can't just like switch a game over to full digital if you don't have the money coming in to keep the servers paid for. That makes sense. Sorry, I'm way off screen. This little spot right here.
Okay. So we tried out the gold. gonna try like a older gold up top. See what we see.
Penny Bomb, you have one of the paint cups with a silicone brush holder around the rim, so not easy to confuse the two. T. Schmidt, take it easy, man. The other thing you discovered you like to paint with lately is just using metallic, medium, and dark silver to paint in grayscale. Oh, yeah, and metallic, yeah. Yep.
I really love using metallic medium as on its own. As like a final highlight.
It's really good. It has very low opacity.
Yeah,
so it allows you to kind of play with highlights like you would with a normal paint. Which I think really can amplify the experience with metallics for sure. And of course being able to add it in and amp up your other metallic paints is really good. Does it have any color to it? No, it has no pigment, but it has a lot of metallic flake. And the flake is aluminum colored, basically, right? Platinum. So it'll feel like it has pigmentation, almost like a white metal, right? Is what it feels like to me.
Yeah, it's great for getting those fine edge highlights or your final highlights on your silvers, because it really punches up. Gives you that really nice dark. Or, I'm sorry, I'm painting with a dark color right now. Trying to speak at the same time. Bright color.
We understood what you said. One day when you need an airbrush, you want to brush paint something big with those two and use the airbrush to glaze in reflected colors from the environment. Yeah.
That's a great way to do it. I'm gonna paint something big. Do you have any ideas of what kind of big stuff you'd want to paint?
Baby J's about to paint a Warhound Titan.
All non-metallic metal, apparently. The birdie that delivered the message said, "I'm sorry, Baby J, but you're gonna be here for a while."
He can be his job security. Plaid and pink panels. Yes, indeed. Baby J is not prepared for the pain
No.
and the suffering and the pain and the
Nope.
suffering and the pain.
No, I am not. There will be lots of it. Much suffering, much pain, much Baby J.
Mo said,
painting
did somebody
things.
say plaid? Plaid? Plaid?
Plaid?
Are we playing
Plaid?
plaid? Plaid? You see a plaid Warhound.
So sad.
And we have to do a banner, and on the banner it would say blame chat.
Yeah. Yep. They're brought to you by Monument Hobbies, Twitch.tv, Twitch. Oh my gosh.
Yes. We
I am so tired. What is happening? Jason, what's
You're
happening?
going to do
to my
great in
brain?
that tournament this weekend, Baby J.
Oh my gosh.
You're going to do great playing cards this weekend, I
Oh
swear
my
to you.
gosh.
It'll be fine.
The rest of that pizza. Lunch. Thank you for that, by the way.
We do.
Alright. Do I hate this gold?
You hate it? Is that what you just asked?
Or rather, do I think that it could be something better done a different way? I think the answer is yes.
You know, that's a tough decision. I would paint the snake.
Yeah.
I would leave
That's a
that
good
and paint
call.
the snake because
Leave
you're
it
at a
paint the
point
snake.
where all you're viewing is the warmth of this thing, and
Yeah.
if you put all of these other colors, blues and greens and turquoise and stuff into this, you might find that shoving all of that warmth and monochromatic feeling into her skin and armor makes sense because you have such lavish, color everywhere else, assuming you're doing that
Yeah.
kind of Aztec turquoise,
Yeah.
lots of heavy orange and reds and things like that. So I would paint the snake.
Yeah, that's a
Paint the headdress, paint the snake, get the other colors at least based on the model, and then
Yeah.
come back and review it. Because otherwise, you're going to paint this thing 18 times.
True. I'm a lot happier with the color on the skin. I think having that hint of blue in the shadows
Works real well.
helps a lot.
Oh,
And pulling some of that yellow away is kind of nice. I think it was a little too yellow, so pulling it back, it still reads like tanned skin, but it doesn't read quite as crazy. And I like the face a lot more now.
your favorite pro wrestler, paint the Snake Roberts. Deadbeat says with a Warhound, you could actually use real plaid because it's big enough. You could just cut like
True.
you could
It's
just cut
true.
like a shirt, put glue fabric onto your Warhound. Look, it's real plaid.
All right, chat. We're just gonna lay on some color onto this.
You probably got to go.
Oh shoot, I do.
You need to jet.
All right, chat.
Look at me looking out for you.
Always look out.
See, he talks so bad about me, and then
Wait,
here I am.
hold on. I don't say
I'm not
negative
listening to
things
your
about you.
excuses. I'm okay over here.
I say
I'm
negative
okay.
things about
okay with
some
it.
people on some rare occasions. on
I'm okay
accident.
with it. I take it as it comes, and I just know that my place is to be the good guy.
Right. I definitely threw you under the bus with cards.
What do you mean?
When I went there and said you basically gave me instructions to throw you under the bus.
Yes.
You were like, go tell him that he's not doing his thing, and to get you a garbage can.
But you're supposed to do it funny.
I did.
If you didn't do it funny, then he will be angry.
He was not angry.
He
was in the middle of things.
He'll get it otherwise.
He did get it. All right. I'm going to make sure to turn my computer off this time. Bye, chat. Much love. I need to go make sure that Jacob gets a bad haircut.
Have a wonderful time. I will see you on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
You won't see me again. Oh, my God.
Have a safe trip. Safe travels.
I will do everything I can.
I will make sure to take care of chat and make sure they're not super crazy tomorrow. Because, you know, they like to do that.
I don't trust any of you people. So.
Whoa.
I
Whoa, Nelly.
don't trust any of you people. Goodbye, baby J.
Bye, everybody.
I'm going to stick around. I'm going to work on this goal a little bit longer since I'm not going to get to paint for 5 days or whatever it is. So I'll paint a little bit longer. I'm not going to stay super late, but if you want to hang out, watch me pluck away.
Alrighty.
We will do that. Oh.
Whoa. Whoa. Psychedelic.
Modelception.
Modelception.
All right, man.
Bye.
Have a good one. Good luck this weekend. Have fun overall, no matter what happens.
I'll bring a victory back.
All right. Yes, definitely bring a victory back or don't come back at all.
I lose. In which case, that's good.
Come
But
back
also
with
maybe
your
funny
come
as
back with your shield or on it, baby J.
All right. I'll make sure to do that.
All right, chat. You're stuck with me. You're stuck in here with me. The continuation. We get super zoom now. Bum, 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 bum. That's a lot. That's a lot, though. Baka's pulled the line off better than I did. He goes, stuck with you. You're stuck in here with us. We're the pain eaters. Stuck with the pain eaters. Yeah, I'm like zoomed in super tight now. I don't know if I'll hold this for long, but all these details are so small. I like to try to keep it going if we can. Although it's also lower fidelity when could just do that. We'll just have to deal with it. I wonder who they modeled this after. The original Brahm artwork looks a little bit different, right? I mean, it's very similar, but the Brahm artwork looked like maybe chin's not as squared off on the model as it is in the artwork, which I actually prefer the face in the artwork, but the model's fantastic. little bit of sculptural interpretation, but not much. It's actually really, really true to the artwork, which is cool. Mindwork does such an amazing job of keeping the artist's vision in focus as they do the art. We're working with them on some of the models for an upcoming game, and the artist has a very specific look to his art that doesn't necessarily translate as well into miniatures. As far as like the anatomy, they're a little cartoony, but not enough so to really go deep into the cartoony nature as a miniature. So it kind of straddles the line, and Mindworks was able to really nail the feel of the minis without sacrificing the artist's style on them, but also give us a mini that should work really well for people as far as like painting, and not if you don't like, you know, cartoony comic book style models, you'll still love the miniature. Stoked for everyone to see that. Of course, we published a teaser yesterday, was it? Or was it today? I don't remember. Of another model we've got coming here real soon. And I'm hoping to have for sale here in the next month or so. Spheres and salanders. Salanders and spaghetti. Stop selling cool things, damn it. No, we like making cool things. Mo, how many parts was she? The base, obviously. This leg, the foot, right? That's 3. Then the rest of the bottom torso is 4. The cape is 5. The upper torso and head with hair is 6. 7 for this arm, 8 for this arm that connects at the band across the bicep. We said 7, 8. 9 for the feathers here, 10 for the feathers here. And then these 4 trinkety things. The crow that sits on the sword hilt, Excalibur, I'm assuming. The beat up knight helmet that sits on the ground, and then this little thing of coals that will go there. What does that make it? 14? 14 pieces? The only issue I had with assembly was the arms, because again, they have to connect to here, right? They have these little ropey things that are part of the cape or drape, whatever you want to call this, shawl. These little ropey parts connect to the wrist, so they're part of the cape. So to get them right, I had just to cut them and bend them a little bit to get them to match the arms. But all in all, that was the only thing that gave me any kind of trouble. Chin is lifted more in the art, yeah. She has more of a, like that highbrow kind of a feel to her. This one is, the face is definitely more square on to you, right? The chin isn't lifted. It gives this model a feeling of being a little younger than the picture. But Baka, I think you'll like the new ones. We're calling them texture trainers. So the model that you saw the back of is one of them. And we plan on doing a series of 4, maybe 5, but I think 4 is where we're going to stop. And they're meant to be things that you might even buy multiples of, because they will be models that give you, while being also a cool character model, they give you the ability to test new paint schemes and techniques out, because they have a really good amount of varied materials on the sculpt. You can think of it as an academic model that's actually cool. You're a simple man, and if you joke about eating paint anymore, your wife will have you shot. You saw bone paint, you want your new flavors. Soon, my friend, soon. That's pretty good on the gold. We might go a stage brighter. Oh, I gotta do the back. Thought I nailed it. I was out of khaki and thought I could do the whole model with just the right amount of khaki, but I gotta put a little bit more out on the palette. Baka's like, my brain corrected that. Yeah, the labeled color is on my desk. We get very excited around here as a group whenever the new products roll off the assembly line and are done. Rex, what's happening? Good to see you. friendly neighborhood viewbot is here, chat. All right, there we go. Not looking too chubby. Sure, I've missed some spots. This, I decided, I looked in the artwork and it's supposed to be red, the little V thing, so that's why I didn't finish it out with gold. Else is looking pretty good though. Oh, you know what? I think, oh no, there wasn't. Good. I thought there was like a whole trim of gold on this side of the skirt, but not. Okay, good. That's very good. Glad that is not the case because I did not paint that. There is some gold trim like right up in there. You know, like that little sliver of gold trim you can see there. So I have to decide if I want to actually do any more coloring on that. I have the black brown base on it and probably some of the dark golden brown. But I didn't do any of the golden brown or higher on that inside piece because you can't really see it from here. I have to determine if I want to put a little bit on there, but I kind of like it being dark and out of the scene. We've got some touch up to do on the skin around the bicep where I got a little frisky with my browns, but other than that, pretty good. Looks pretty good. Is that teaser mini plastic or resin? It's resin. They'll be done in Siocast, hard resin. Good material though. That'll be neat. Keeps the price at a manageable spot for us so that we can make a lot of them because we really want to kind of price it to a point where you, if you wanted to, you know, have a handful of them, 2 or 3 that you kept around and painted, one to paint maybe to, you know, keep as a completed mini and the others to practice on. I think it would be definitely worth it to do so. The first one has, let's see if I can name all the materials. It has flesh. It's got hair, like human hair. It's got fur, animal fur. It has cloth from a cape. It's got leather, both in like padded armor leather and then belt leather. It's got armor, so metal in the form of armor, and like there's a hilt of a dagger, and then you know, some little studs on the armor and things like that. So there's a good amount of metal. There is, again, leather, cloth wrap. It has an axe, as you can see from the rear portion. The axe is able to be done either as metal or stone. So there's the stone texture in there. Pretty much anything other than like plastic. You know, if you were doing some sort of, you know, shiny, glossy plastic, that's not there because it's a fantasy miniature, the first one. The second one will be a sci-fi miniature, so it will have more of, you know, that technical stuff. Same kind of textures, but done in a more futuristic way, so you could paint them up as, like, you know, scarred plastics and things like that. Yeah, so it's got a really good amount of textures and fun stuff to play with that will allow you, they're in big enough amounts in size-wise, as well as space they take up on the model. to be able to spend time painting. So like for hair, it's going to be a fantastic practice piece for hair. The nice thing is, as you can see from the picture, there's no back of the model. It's a front only deal. It's flat backed, so more like a, you know, I don't know, like a plaster cast almost. So that you don't have to be as worried about making an entire model look good. You'll be able to focus in on the parts you want to paint and practice, and I think then you can just find yourself doing them over and over again. Yeah, exactly. Like a bas relief. Yeah, exactly. Yep, you got it, Deadbeat. Except it's not a, like the relief is a deboss, right? Isn't technically, or does it have to be? It can be embossed as well. It's like an emboss of a miniature. It does have some undercuts and layering and stuff, and it looks really good, and the pose is really good. I'm very, very happy with it. I drew up the concept very quickly, and then I put together a collage of like internet photos of what I wanted it to kind of have as far as the parts and pieces that were involved, and the sculptor knocked it out of the park. He put a tremendous amount of neat details in it. And it should be done today or tomorrow as far as all the final. We're just doing the final texturing on all the leather bits. And then as soon as that's done, we'll have it. They're already ready to go and make the molds. And then as fast as we can press them up. We won't have them for Gen Con. I doubt we'll have them for Nova. But we would hope to have them for sale in September is my target. Mid to late September. So coming up pretty quick. Should be good. Sounds like something to help you level up. Heck, I'm going to have fun. One of the big things we wanted is to have something that we could paint consistently for Jordan and I. So when people come in here and say, hey, how would I do X? We'll grab one of the texture trainers and paint that specific part of that trainer. So we can do it over and over again. And that way you guys can see, and it's repetitive. It has shapes that are familiar. We can pick up the same one and show different aspects of it because you can see everything from the front. You don't have to rotate the model around to see anything. All of the textures are very 2D in that regard. So it's almost like more like painting a picture than painting a model. Because like I said, you know, it's like if all you did was paint the front of her. You don't have to worry about what it looks like from the side or what it looks like from the back necessarily, although it does have enough of an undercut to give you the ability to practice your shadowing around, like the sphere of the shoulder is on there with armor, things like that. So the hand that holds the axe is rendered on three-dimensional, 360 degrees. So you can paint the front and the back of the armor on the glove for the fingers. So it has a lot of practice for how to get your shadows right on a three-dimensional object, of course. But it's really meant to be a material-focused practice piece so that you can come in and practice hair and practice flesh and things like that. So I think you guys will dig it. Do we do any shows in Texas? Not currently, no. Yeah, and we'll be able to do fun stuff like paint-alongs with it, where we'll do like a video showing how to paint, you know, fur, and you could literally, if you either already have one of the texture trainers, buy just the paint set from the video. So we'll say, you know, this YouTube video is these paints. You can buy those paints and then do it and buy the model. And so we got some fun stuff we're going to do with them so that you can see it. And once you have one, then you can just buy the paints that you see in the tutorial, like in our quick videos that Jordan's been shooting. You can get the paint list and grab your texture trainer because we'll be using the texture trainers in those videos a lot. Like that may be all we do. We may stop doing, you know, miniatures like this for a lot of stuff. We'll do them on stream, obviously, but we may stop doing those for like the tutorial stuff. We'll start focusing in on the texture trainer because it gives something as a point of reference that you can practice on that's exactly like this, but it's not necessarily a model that you'll never use. The texture trainer can be primed back over and used again and again and again and again and again, and you kind of treat it more like a tool. I liken it to the fact when I was learning, you know, figure drawing, you would get the mannequins, the maquettes, right? And you would get like the artist mannequins, and you would pose those. It's a tool, and you just repose it and use it as a way to gain perspective on motion for human figures and stuff. And so this is kind of like that, different but same kind of thing. Deathwalker, what's going on? But yeah, Baca, not really. There aren't any big shows in Texas. We've been invited to ReaperCon in the past, so there may be a time in the future where we do that. There was talks of a showdown in Austin before COVID hit. I don't know that they ever pulled that back together. There's the Lone Star Open that the guys from Frontline Gaming do. They do the Las Vegas Open and that stuff. So there's some ability to see stuff come along down the road, and if there's ever a show big enough, we would definitely do it. But it's more likely that we would support like a regional store that goes and shows, and fly one or two of us down and be in a booth with one of our retailers at a place like that, rather than taking the whole squad, and unless till the show grows to be big enough to do so. All right, gang, I'm done. That's it. We're finished. I did a lot of gold today. So I got the gold to a point where I'm really digging it. We've got a lot of the highlight, the shine on it that makes sense. The reflections are dialed in pretty nicely. We just need to now go in and put a little bit more punch on it. Remember, the funny thing is that the brightest color we've used on it so far is khaki, and still the brightest color on the skin is brighter than the brightest color on the gold, but you don't really notice it because we haven't used the blue-white in its full intensity on the skin. And so the khaki still starts to look like some of the brightest stuff on the model. When we pull it up, we'll probably use the new warm white as the final highlight for the gold, and kind of just spec that on there in little doots. But we'll wait until we get the rest of the skin and stuff dialed in. I want to get a little bit more fleshy look, like on the Brahm artwork, from the head and shoulders down to the breast line, kind of right at like mid-arm at elbow level and above. She's got a little bit more fleshy intrusion in there, and then it gets into this kind of yellowish, jade, and into the blue shadows down low. So we'll keep that working. So we've got to glaze a little bit more on the skin. Now I'm comfortable doing that. Then we have to do the hair. It'll be blackish brown, or brownish black, I guess is the way I'll tell you. So thank you so much, Jen, with the links. Thank you, Mo. Make sure to check out the links for the store, the Discord, and the FLGS store locator, store finder, store locator. I think we call it store locator on the web. Check out a site near you, or buy direct from Monument Hobbies. Remember, we have the new paints coming out soon. I will not be here tomorrow, but for those of you that may be new here, hit that follow button. Remember, we do stream 5 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like today, from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Pacific time here in the U.S. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, we start at that later 2 p.m. slot and go till 5 p.m., so for a little bit longer as well. Or I guess Thursday. I keep thinking it's Friday. So like today, we start at 2 and go till 5. I will not be here tomorrow, and I will also be gone on Monday, so you're stuck with Jordan and Jen. So treat them nice, and they will treat you better. Remember that, chat. And if they don't, then they're horrible people. And I don't know what to do, but I'm on your side, chat, always. Love your faces. Stick around. We're going to find somebody to raid to show love in the chat we wind up in. And I will look forward to seeing you guys and gals back here on Tuesday. Adios, gang. I'm out.